even just building a wall alone to just to know that
Facts.
this is my land has caused a lot of headache for me. My neighbors,
What do you mean?
encroaching in the land.
Oh wow, yeah.
Now
yeah.
saying that my wall is stopping them from doing this and that. But in my head, I'm doing it for my children.
Question you got to ask yourself is, these people you're building this thing for, do they want it?
That's a good question.
That's the question you got to ask yourself.
At the end of the day, if they take it, if they don't take it,
So
but guess one thing though, it doesn't matter. But you're dead and gone anyways. Why are you worried? But my main thing is, to me personally, and that's where maybe part of that responsibility comes on you as well as a parent. You've built that place now. It gives you more of a reason to also now the work for you that I'm going to take my kids back regularly.
Now listening to the In My Opinion podcast, the home of edutainment, brought to you by Sakali, DTM, and Uzuma. So get your drinks, snacks, relax, and enjoy.
Doesn't have to be like, but yeah, like you said, like businesses and
business
things like that.
assets.
Yeah, I think so. I think you should definitely work towards that for a fact because.
So let me ask a question. If everyone wants to retire back home, or does anyone want to retire here? Or
no, I don't want to retire here.
So
I definitely want to retire
go back home.
Again, when we say back home, for me, it doesn't necessarily have to be Nigeria. It doesn't have to necessarily be like.
Okay, just somewhere in Africa.
Somewhere in Africa. Yeah,
Bro. Not even before retirement self.
Like that. Even from before that, I literally want to.
It was up to me.
While I'm still young, I actually want to relocate while I'm still young. I don't think I want to. Bro, like, brother, this weather is mad.
The weather.
I don't know how we've managed to survive this long here.
Honestly, the people, the lies.
The backstabbing.
The backstabbing, the
people smile on your face.
You know, we don't get love here.
Bro, you don't.
But when I'm in Uganda, the way they love this podcast. And
even you as a person, like, bro.
Even celebrities in Uganda will come up to you like, bro, I watch your pod, like, I appreciate. But you think a celebrity here can ever come and admit that to you, even though they're kiki with their partner watching your podcast?
But let me say something to you, lot, that you got to realize, it's different when you're dealing with something temporarily. It's exciting. You understand? Because I ask you a question now. If I was to strip your passport from you, and tell you, okay, let's just say you didn't have this passport now, and I tell you, they say to you, if you stay in Africa for 1 year or 2 years, it avoids you coming back here, would you take that risk and stay there? Because I feel like people have a different mindset when they have options. Yeah, because you get people like in Africa, they move back to Africa, but they're still able to collect their medication from here. Oh, yeah, like...
Operation, if they get sick.
Like, okay, now I need to go and do this surgery. You know what? I'm just going to fly to the UK. So that's what I'm saying. The options of when you're actually, this is your permanent condition.
Residence.
And, I have the option. It's easy, like, you know what? Man goes to Africa. Or the last time I was there anyways, man was spending £100 a day. It's calm, man. The uncle, you feed everyone. No, but I'm just saying.
I don't do hypothetical.
You don't do
I'm not doing hypothetical.
Okay, we have to attack it from all angles, though.
No, what I can't do is look at a situation. I'm going to look at a situation based on my situation. I don't know if that makes sense. You're making me trying to think hypothetical, but that's not reality. The reality is I have the option. Okay. So I like to think from that perspective. And then to your point, for me personally, yes, that is a very, very strong point you brought up. I think the main thing that this country has going for it, right now is the NHS, right? Which is like,
a big factor.
Is a big factor, right? But at the same time, though, we say it's a big factor, but bro, your day is like a give and take. A lot of the food and everything that we eat in this country is leading you directly to NHS anyways, right? So it's like, they're attacking you, they give you that. On the other hand,
they give you the poison, they give you the cure.
They give you the cure, right? And it's not even really the cure, really, because they'll tell you, bro, you go in there for medication for a headache, and guess what? The medication has a reaction, which will give side effect, which will give you another medication to subside the side effect. And then it's like, before you know it, you're on a blister pack. Do you know what I mean? So my thing is like, look, listen, I feel like that the way you live, is very, very important. And that could determine whether you're going to be going hospital back and forth, etc., etc. So for me personally, the one only downside about Africa, obviously, that we know is the wealth gap there is ridiculous. But if you can make a decent living out there, bro, like, what would you have no reason for being here?
Okay, that's no, 100%. I think so, yeah. But my thing is, I feel like when we say
We're here because of the money, bro. Let's just be real.
that's what I'm saying. We're here because of the money, yeah. But at the same time, with this whole investing back home, yeah, because it's something that I've actually thought about, yeah. For me, anyways, the kind of money man requires to be able to do something that I think is worth of an investment for me back home, you're talking big money.
How much?
What's big money?
Talking like in 100, 150, 200 bags. To do
year?
the kind of... No, like, you have to have that.
Oh, okay.
To be able to do something that makes sense, innit? Yeah? I'm not trying to go, man's building a 2-bedroom flat that gives me 5 bills a year. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So for me, like, I'm now having to... Not only, you got to remember, not only you're dealing with that, you're dealing with people where is a lawless country, right? It's not like here where you don't pay your rent, you're going There's nothing you can do. Them man are just going to tell you they ain't got it.
There's nothing you can do.
What are you going to do?
Brother, I think it's easier over there, bro. What are you talking about?
Nah.
Brother,
Bro,
In Uganda,
unless you're
it's not.
somebody that
wait,
got
one
no
sec.
sympathy,
In Uganda,
yeah,
what?
and you're just...
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So no. So it's either you're saying there's nothing you could do. I feel like it's harder to get people out of your houses here because there's protocols you got to follow. There's court. The court.
But here you got estate agent.
That don't mean nothing. Estate agent don't mean nothing,
No,
bro.
but they give you a certain level of like security. That's why you give it to them.
Even
they
if
have
they
the rights.
but that don't mean nothing.
Oh, so that's still your
Even
headache?
what I'm saying is, it's still not. Yeah, they might have the thing to maybe try and speed it up, but if the tenant is really savvy, they can literally take them to they can take their stage on the run as well. Like it can drag on. That's the point I'm talking about, innit? But with Africa, you talk about but don't make it seem like you can't get rid of people. You can't get people out of your house if they're not paying your rent.
I mean, okay, I don't know about Nigeria, but in Uganda, there is that thing, squatters' rights and stuff like that.
So you lot have all of that.
Yeah, so it's not as easy to get them out. Of course, you can use the force thing, but you have to be ready for the get back.
From who?
From that person you just kicked out.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They could just come and
boom.
burn out your whole house. Or
But then again, that's what I'm saying. But remember, that could be for anyone, innit? But what I'm saying though is,
it's easy.
There are ways you can go and do you can handle stuff. Depends on who you are and how you set yourself up and how you move. If you move like with armies and wherever it might be, or you have like big man security that you lock the place.
We're talking about our brother here who does not have.
No, you're not. But
I'm just saying, obviously.
Guard.
But again, remember, to even the stuff you're saying as well is like, bro, you're talking about a type of business. I think we're talking on a overall scale, innit, of even just having a land or any form of business back home, isn't it? You're talking about. I don't think personally, building a house to rent out in Nigeria is a lucrative business. I don't think so because of the way the rent is structured. People pay yearly and it don't make sense. But there are many other business you can do out there that can get you paid.
The kind of business that requires you to get paid, we're not talking small change.
What business is this that would need to?
Like, I don't know, but what I'm saying to you, for me, if I wanted
have you looked into it? Tell me what you've, apart from the property stuff, what else have you actually looked into and you'll be like, oh, no, this is a madness.
No, because you see what it is,
Because I can give you examples of people that are doing businesses out there. I know there's a lady I've seen come alive recently. Nightclubs now, but nightclubs, you need big money. Yes.
Okay.
But there's a lady that I've seen is making crazy money right now from selling palm oil. And then she ships it like internationally. Right? She started small. She's got like a shopping complex. Like again, like what I'm saying, and she does like a really good social media marketing. I would plug her if I know a thing. But I'm saying is like, bro, with Africa, what I know is you have to be on ground and see what going on. Like you actually have to be present. And it's not like you just go there one time and say, you need to be going regularly for years. Make connections, see what's going on. You can actually make things happen without fear. I feel like we have this mentality, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to speak like we have this mentality that, it's just impossible. But I don't think it's easy either, though. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like the way you're making it seem, I don't agree with it.
No, it's not the way I'm making it seem, I feel like for me, I've always been a believer of, you have to secure your base before you can think of anything else.
Yeah.
The base being England.
Your base being England. So you need to secure yourself before you can start thinking.
What does that
of
look
Africa.
like?
Okay, so wait,
Yeah?
just to clarify, you think it's more important to have a house here, for example?
No, not saying you
That's
have
what I'm asking. What does it look like? What does
Yeah,
is
is it more important to have a house in the UK first before having a house in Nigeria for you?
No, I don't think any of them is. I don't think you can decide what you want to do. I'm not saying you
I'm
must
talking
have
about
a
for
house
you.
in
Which
the
one
UK.
should come
But
first?
when I mean secure, is like you need to have your life in a certain pattern before you can worry about somewhere else. I cannot be here trying to pattern myself. While I'm trying to pattern myself, I'm also worrying about there. One at a time. That's the belief that I have in it. You have to
Of course, yeah.
tackle one problem. When
Okay.
you finish tackling that one problem, you move to
Can
another
I give you a
problem.
scenario?
Yeah.
Let's say you're renting right now, but you've managed to save up enough money that either you can buy a house in the UK or buy a house in Nigeria. If you buy the house in Nigeria, you're still going to be comfortable the way you are, but you're just renting here. Which one would you buy with that money?
I don't know if I would buy a house in Nigeria, yeah. If I had, reason being is, yeah, I'm not just gonna buy a house just to leave a house that I'm not living in. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I'd rather hold on to my money and when I decide to go there, I'm temporary. I can afford to stay in a hotel for like a week or 2 weeks and go about my business. But I'm not gonna go and invest to have an empty house that no one's living in.
Do you know what people could? You know what
Do you know
people
what I'm
do?
saying?
People do
You- like
if you have
Airbnb.
money, yeah, you could build a house in an area that is very like affluent area that's coming up and is quite busy. And again, there's companies that you can actually get now because
Yeah,
again,
you can give the
we
yachts-
keep thinking like Africa's not a bush like that.
No,
There's
it's not bush.
companies who can manage your property for you. They
While
put on
you're away.
Airbnb while you're not around, and when you do go back, you actually have a place to stay rather than staying in hotels and stuff. You stay there when you go on holiday. When you're not there, they Airbnb it for you.
But that's what I'm saying.
And again, Nigeria now is like when you think about Nigeria,
You can do
Ghana,
mortgage and all
a
that
lot of these
stuff, innit?
countries, like you know, they're coming up heavy. Like every year, these companies, everyone is flying. One thing I'm more particularly impressed by is the amount of young people that a lot of them that were even born here, bro, that are going back home, especially Ghana, like going back home and doing business.
But I can't lie to you now. I don't know about that one right now. You know, there's a small minority of people that are going back there and going to do stuff. A lot of people now are just purely going there for fun.
But there's a reason. No, I think it
You
starts
see what-
somewhere.
No, I know,
It
but-
starts. At least they've got something to push them. I know for a fact, yeah. I know even one of our guys here, yeah, those great moments can probably even speak on this. Like where it's like, yes, maybe the first thing that enticed you to go is like, oh, there's this big event going on out there, and that pushed you to go there. And whilst you're out there, you can actually network, meet people like, oh wow, these opportunities are there. Then now you probably go back during the year when nobody's there again to kind of see, okay, what else is there? And before you know it now, something needs to attract you to go there. But that's like, you know what I mean? I'm not just looking at like, oh, everyone just going to party and Even if 100,000 young people go there to party and 10% of them starts to look into doing something, that's a plus. That's just what I look at it. And Rome wasn't built overnight. That's how I look at it personally.
But do you actually see yourself retiring in Nigeria?
Well, right now.
Yeah, what do you see
when
yourself
you get
retiring?
older?
The thing is, again, put it this way. I think it was speaking to the point that he was making that I never actually thought about, yeah. So when I think of Africa, I think I need to start more thinking as don't limit yourself, retirement Africa to Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
Bare of African.
Bare.
So I guess if you start looking at it from that perspective, then it's like, okay,
Yeah, but Nigeria is where you're from, though.
no,
I feel like he's had such a experience growing up there
No,
that
it's not
he
a-
just almost like feels like, yo, I don't
it's
know if
not
I want to do
that- it's
anything
not that
there.
it's not, bro, just the way it is, right? You got to remember, yeah, when you're dealing with, they can come for me if you want, when you're dealing with different people from different parts of the world, yeah, you need a certain type of energy to match them.
Oh, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I feel like the way we're going or the way I'm trying to take my life, I don't need that kind of strength.
don't have
I
that-
don't want
yeah,
that kind of energy. Or from airport, man's arguing with people. You like that's some toxic environment, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, oh, man's
No, you have to be
forgotten about-
rugged. Nah, like,
do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm sorry, what airport? Who you are?
No, rugged. I'm just saying Nigeria.
Oh,
from when
Nigeria.
you land there, you can know that, yo, this ain't a walk in a park. It's like when we're in the UK coming from like a dangerous area. like growing up in some deep, like, you know, like, yo, this is...
It's going to be stressed.
You know what I'm saying? And somebody's like, you know what, I want to go and live outside, but I
One
don't know
piece,
if I want
basically,
that
one piece, yeah.
capacity
Oh,
to
okay.
deal with that. Do you
No,
know what I'm saying?
I agree
Because
with that. Yeah,
when he goes Zim, he's like, oh, it's nice, I love it. He goes to Uganda, oh, I love it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, and even me, from dealing with people from Uganda, dealing with people from Zim, dealing with people from different parts of the world, yeah, even Ghana, you start to realize, these lot ain't like, they're not like Nigerians, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just, I don't know what it is, bro. We're just
mad.
We're
bro.
just mad
We're
people.
mad,
Innit?
yeah, bro.
You understand?
We're mad.
And when you start to realize, it's like, bro, like, why am I gonna even do this to myself? Do you understand? So all that combined, and that's what I'm trying to say to you is like, what you're saying, like, you can build, bro. There's places where we know this is lit. I would love to own a house here or a hotel. And that's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, but that's
them
mad,
area is bread.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's what
You're already looking at, like, okay, if I were to ever have peace, it would need to be in one of the highest places
because
there.
you gotta remember, but you gotta remember, my pops lives there. And I know the conversations me and him have about certain things, you understand? Again, he might think slightly differently because obviously he's there, innit? I might think slightly differently, you understand? So when you're telling me like, oh yeah, you got this land, but maybe you say you're trying to sell it, you're struggling to sell it because the area ain't it, but that's, do you know what I'm saying? It's based on what your affordability and your reach. This is what my affordability and where my, obviously my family or whatever, this is my reach. But this reach is just not good enough for me because I'm accustomed to something different. How are you gonna, imagine I'm saying to you now, this is an investment, I think you should invest, and you're making 5 bills in rent per year, and you're paying that a month here. This is not lucrative for me. It's cool if you're saying, all right, when I come back, this is my spending money, that's fine. But that should not be an investment that I should be running helter-skelter saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to go and take a 10-bag loan to build this 1-bedroom flat. Because you know
But
what?
areas do appreciate as well, though.
Okay.
I know what you're saying, but bro, like...
Areas do.
no,
I'm just trying to
100%.
give you things
No.
on both sides. Like,
No,
areas do
it does
appreciate
appreciate, but bro...
where like now, like, is again, is like just similar to like UK, like sometimes where it's like your man will tell you, oh, even remember when I was going to the airport, the Uber driver was telling us, oh, right, the house that he bought like 15, 20 years ago, like was 150 bags, now it's a mil, right? And then you're looking at it because he's like, and one key thing that he said, and I'm like listen, and it's like kind of like in line with what he was talking about. Whereas like the young people these days, they look at like now. Whilst it's like while you're young and you're able to graft, put investments in place, because guaranteed 15, 20 years time down the line when you can't do a lot of these runnings or whatever, these houses would have tripled or quadrupled. Do you know what I mean? Where you can now relax. So that's his perspective, innit? Do you know what I mean? But your thing is more so like, yo, I don't see the value in me doing that right now. Do you get it? Because it's not. But I think mainly to your
It's
point.
not that it's not my value. I see value in it if it makes sense.
Wait, I think to be honest with you, yeah, you've kind of answered your standpoint from the very start of your conversation, and I think it's hard to disagree with that. Your thing was like, if you are where you are right now, you're not comfortable. You're still trying to stay on ground and figure out what you're doing. How are you worrying about somewhere else? And I think that is obviously a fact because people that's trying to go and open their business back home and invest, clearly you are comfortable where you are and you're thinking, okay, what's next? Do you get what I mean?
You know what's so mad?
I mean,
I've had people that like uncles that I've met and they've showed me yards that they've built back home, bro.
Right.
And I'm looking at the yard, I'm like, this is levels. Then you go, how much that cost you? Someone's telling you 120 bags.
Yeah.
I'm like,
naturally.
okay. Now.
But what's his standing here? What's
no,
his like?
He's all right. He's done well for himself, innit?
No, here as well.
Yeah. But
So
that's
they're
for you to
done.
have
They're
those kind of
comfortable
money
here
to take back there. You're not small fish.
But remember also, like, another thing I'll say to you, because I think your brother's friend, I remember he built a madness as well in Uganda, right? And again, that's another thing he told me, like, where he's like, yeah, I've got a decent job, but again, I grafted in terms of like, I'm doing everything bit by bit. Do you know what I mean? Some people have like a decent income where, okay, if I paid all my
Yeah,
bills and rare,
yeah.
I got a little extra left over. Instead of me putting in savings here, guess what? I'm just gonna be sending it back home. Like, do you know what I mean? I've got the land space already. Just okay, now do the ground, do the foundation. Now do this, do that, and then. You know, sometimes I think he said it's one to like 5-6 years. Like sometimes it could take that kind of time. But by the time you look at it, you spend over 100 and something bags.
My question is this,
value in it.
My question is this, because I think we're looking a lot about returns.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Putting finances aside, do you not think, because this is where I'm at right now, so I've got land in Uganda, right? And it is not easy. 100%, I'll tell you that. Even just building a wall alone to just to know that
Facts.
this is my land has caused a lot of headache for me. My neighbors, you know,
What do you mean?
encroaching in the land.
Oh, wow, yeah,
Now
yeah.
saying that my wall is stopping them from doing this and that. But in my head, I'm doing it for my children.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm not looking at this property that, it's going to make me, obviously I want it to make me a return, but let's say for example, it's only giving me $5 a year. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at it as I want to pass something on to
Your reason is more than
Okay,
that.
so-
yeah, generational. Do you think that is
Okay, so
important?
can I ask you a question? The question you got to ask yourself is, these people you're building this thing for, do they want it?
That's a good question.
That's the question you got to ask yourself.
Before we get there though,
Yeah, before
I want
we
to
get
know,
it, 'cause
I
I've
want
got
to
an
know
answer for that,
first,
though. I've got an
is
answer for that.
that something you'd ever consider? Or does it have to make money for you?
I thought,
Building back in Africa.
look, in order for you to consider having that kind of relationship, you have to have some level of bond, right? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Bond in the sense like you have to have been interacting back
Right,
there
what-
enough to be like,
Okay.
oh, I want to be in this environment. If I have no, okay, and this is what I keep saying here, when I break this thing down here, you have to understand like, we have, say now, example, let me give you a prime example. You have parts of Nigeria split into different parts. You have the Yoruba area, you have the Igbo
Igbo,
land, you
Hausa.
have the. Where I actually grew up is a Yoruba land. I didn't grow up in my land. You understand? So I've left where what my dad's left, where he was actually brought up to go to this area that he thought this is where money is or where business is. Let me go and start a life there. Right? Now, that place there where my dad is left here, you've now had kids in a different area now. So now he's here, we've grown up here, right? Now, the next thing you're looking at is how successful are you? You understand? There were people that could have, the only way you keep the ties to where your pops actually comes from is taking them back there regularly. So that comes from every Christmas we're going to the village. So if I've gone 12 years of my life, yeah, right? Every year I'm going to that village. Through going there every year, it's like when kids like your parents are split, but my dad's from Birmingham, my mom lives in London. Every time you're coming to London, you're mingling with the Londoners. What happens? You start to build a community, right? So if you've lost that already, the last 12 years, I've been to this place once. You don't know anyone, you don't like, things are getting missing. Then from there, you've gone to another country. Do you understand, yeah? For me right now, like, I'm accustomed to a certain lifestyle, yeah? So the least where I will even say, I'm compromising is like, okay, cool. I'm going to go to Lagos, Nigeria. That's where I grew up. That's the city. That's where it's popping. Let me try pattern something there. That will be a compromise for me because, like you said, it's about your circumstances and that's what I'm accustomed to. So that place where, like, but even when I went with my pops, like, when my mom passed, he took man, he was like, he's showing man, like, where he actually comes from. This land is our one, this one. I wasn't bothered. If someone else wants to even claim them and take, I couldn't care. Like, I couldn't care.
You wouldn't take that land.
I couldn't care less because, bro, I don't have no
have
connection
connection.
to want any. Like,
That's interesting.
what's it gonna do for me? That's
That is-
fine. People that need it can have it.
Do you know why I said that's mad? Yeah, because I got taken to our village in Uganda, so I actually found out because we're actually most of us, my generation, probably like three generations back, is born in Machinde, Kampala. Luwafu,
which is the city. Yeah,
which is a city.
Yeah,
but before that,
there was your village where your parents grew up. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
That is Kokonjeru Mukono.
Yeah,
and I went there. And if my dad said this is yours, bro, I would go there and build a madness.
But okay.
You get it? Even though I have no connection.
Yeah,
to the
but here's
area.
here's where the
Yeah.
problem is. A lot of where he's mental, because I would also somewhat agree with him, right? I would have that mindset as well. I would not want anything to do with that part.
Really?
And the reason why is this, right? Is our parents' fault to a degree.
Yes.
What
And
I'm
that's the
saying is
point I
that
was
growing up, the relationship that they've built between us and that place is being negative.
Yes.
Oh, the people kill each other, juju, and it goes back to the juju stuff we're talking about. So mentally, they've
don't wanna
scared you,
interact
like
with
you
it.
don't want to interact with it. So whilst with you guys, and that's the reason why I'm saying sometimes you don't only just have to look at your country, number one. Like obviously, it's definitely you don't want to just disregard your country. Sometimes you're a man in it, yeah, you're grown now. Just go and do it. You can think for yourself now. Just go. Why are you shook for now? Go and find out. Go and recreate your, do you know what I mean, innit? But with you guys' side, it's not like that because your dad will actually take you there. There's a lot more positive things. It don't even cross your mind that, oh, someone's going to try and take you out because now you've come to the village and this little land that we've been eyeing up. Maybe before you even know it, because over there they're still doing a lot of agricultural stuff. Like people still grow stuff that they sell. Now maybe one of your old relative, auntie, whatever, is growing stuff there. The husband is growing stuff on that land now. Now you're coming to go and kick them off. So it's almost like, yo, let's judge him and get rid of him. So this is our thinking in Nigeria, right? That has affected generations. And a lot of people don't think about that. But my only thing just to you is that for me, yes, I have that thought as well. But I'm grown to a level now where I'm like, if I genuinely want to, I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to go and find that for myself. But again, you don't have no one that's going to try and show you those ropes. You can't just turn up in the village. He would again, the damage can still be undone, but it's just about you if you're willing.
Because you could go with your dad.
Exactly, but it's about you. But I feel like he's just not. You're not willing though.
Okay, so then what about the children part? Let's touch that because I know
because we're on that time, and that's the question you mentioned earlier on. I feel like for me personally, you can't think like that. I feel like right now, while you're here, while you're alive, if you're able to build there and it's something you want to do, and part of the motivation you've put into that is obviously investment and also for my kids, do it. At the end of the day, if they take it, if they don't take it, but guess one thing though, it doesn't matter. But you're dead and gone anyways. Why are you worried? But my main thing is, to me personally, and that's where maybe part of that responsibility comes on you as well as a parent. You've built that place now. It gives you more of a reason to also now the work for you that I'm going to take my kids back regularly. We have a place to stay. Give them that connection there. That's number one. Number two as well. Even when you're no more or wherever it might be, your kids also it gives them a reason as well to want to go back.
Yes, it's me, Sukali here, and you people have come to report to you that we've been looking at the stats. And what we have found is a lot of you people are watching this content for free without subscribing. Please do better. Now you know better. Subscribe, and once you've subscribed, comment that I've subscribed because Sukali told me to. Until next time.
Because they have that memory. Do you know what I'm talking about? But compared to not having nothing at all, I feel like you're completely cutting off. The olive branch has been cut off completely. Does that make sense what I'm talking about? It does more damage disconnecting them from their origin than it doesn't.
But I feel like we've kind of semi-spoken about this before, yeah? I feel like if things don't start getting done ASAP, yeah, everything is getting watered down.
In what sense?
Like, a lot of us are losing that connection, bro. Like,
and that's the point. But then your way of thinking is like you're losing it. You're going to lose it though. Because if you're thinking the way you're thinking right now, you're speaking to that point.
You're saying because, again, you see in life, yeah, there are certain things that you can work to change. And there are certain mistakes that have been made along the lines that it's going to take a lot for somebody to fix in it. And it's about who's got that mental, I'm the man fit to fix all these issues, yeah? And I'll break it down, yeah? Again, we live in the UK. In order for you to maintain that thing where you're saying you're taking your kids regularly to the point where they want to always go to Africa.
Once a year?
Yeah, once a year. Once a year, we'll put you back at least 4 or 5 bags.
Yeah.
6 bags.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. So that's what I'm saying. That's a commitment. Like, in order to keep that, not only are you paying these 6 bags once a year to take them back to Africa, yeah? It's a huge cost.
You're taking them on holiday, bro.
Yeah, no, 100%. But a lot of people, like especially unless you're in a certain like level in life, yeah, to even people are just about able to save 6 bags. If you save 6 bags in a year in this current climate, you're doing well. So you gotta still think of your savings, because I've had people like, I was meant to go with Christmas, but I did all my calculation, I changed my mind.
Yeah, and that's
so you're
okay.
having to save maybe like 3-4 bags. On top of that, you still got 6 bags to spend. That's in a year total. Like you need to be at least 10 bags. Like there's a lot of cost that comes with.
But that's okay though.
No, 100%. That's okay. I'm not saying that's not okay. I just feel like you need to be in a certain level in life, yeah, to be able, and that's what I would say. You need to be working to get to that, to be able to do certain things. Because if you're not patterned, how are you going to do these things? But where I just struggle is when you're trying to, and this is what I'm saying to you, you talk about, okay, cool, example, yeah? There's been situations where them I feel like, okay, cool, I need money, or I need support from maybe family members back home. Guess what? They're not able to do it. Because by the time you start doing all the conversion, right, to wire money from Africa to here, it's not making no sense. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So you got struggles where you think, I need...
One question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
If this country turn around tomorrow, yeah, and they're like, all of you lot collapse back out of here, what are you doing?
All of us collapse back out.
Yeah.
Then you go where you need to go, bro.
So, and I guess that's the point I'm making. Innit?
Yeah, then,
Like,
but until then, like again, you're saying
Until
what you're
then.
saying. Like,
But
the
I'm
same
not
thing
gonna
you're saying.
wait until that happens.
You say you're not going to think
No, but then
hypothetically
bro,
speaking.
I
You
hear
said
that
to me
I
before,
said that,
so
but at
I'm
the same
not
time,
thinking
you're saying, so you think that can never happen?
It can happen, but it's
You see what Trump is doing in America?
Yeah. What is Trump doing? Removing what? How many people? 3,000 something Nigerians, I saw.
Yeah.
It's not just Nigerians though.
Okay, but he's removing
There's different people.
Okay,
he's
so these
removing.
people that are being removed. So let's just say
Okay,
now,
you're saying they're illegal, but some people, a lot of people here were
but that's
illegal
what
at some point.
No, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. When it comes to those kind of things, yeah, like, can they turn around and say, all right, if it comes down to kicking people
But they
out,
can turn around and say people that were not born here, yeah, if you do, yeah. I mean, they do have that already anyways. If you do a certain madness, even if you have a British passport, if you do a certain madness,
you can get kicked out.
Go to jail, they can revoke. What they did that girl even?
Shamima Begum.
Shamima Begum.
yeah.
Like, so
but can I say
it can
something to you?
happen.
But again, it can happen, but I would understand why that happens. Same as when you, like, there are people that genuinely, like, you might have got deported because something happened, and there are people that genuinely get deported because they have done something that got
How
them.
about the Windrush? That they actually asked to come here.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah,
come
no,
here,
no,
we're
no.
gonna give you this, we give you that.
No.
You're gonna have to help
Yeah,
us with, and
no.
then they
No,
told them,
that's
yo,
not-
you might need to go back. And a lot of those people didn't imagine a
went
lot of
back,
they
some
went back,
died.
some died, a lot of people didn't even have nothing back home because they thought, yo, we're here, this is our home.
That's
Do,
true,
do, do, do.
though,
What
the
happens to
Windrush
that?
thing happened,
Yeah,
bro.
no, fair point, and I'm not disputing that. But again, like I said, yeah, I feel like
I'm just saying I can never just get too comfortable. That's just me.
No, 100%.
personally.
But you see what you raised a different point, yeah, that I think stuck out to me, which is maybe I never ever viewed stuff like that. When you talk about going back home to invest, you don't have to go to Nigeria.
100%. Yeah,
I feel like I've always been like, you must go there, and that's where I'm like,
I hear that.
I was
But-
like that too. though.
Yeah, so if there's options for another African country, why not, bro?
But
I would
okay.
do that.
Because for me, obviously, I think we kind of agree, but obviously the only difference is I want to do it in my country.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really see myself going to
Because your
Because
country
guess
is
what? Your
nice and
country's a good
soft.
place.
Soft.
it has this challenge.
You know what? You
Yes,
need
yeah.
to take you to. You need to go to Nigeria. And
He's coming. I mean, he's going.
I'm
He's
going
going.
in October. I'm going.
But I
to
don't
see-
think. I don't think it. No,
I
he's
don't
not
think
gonna
it's
do
enough,
nothing
it's
because
not.
we're going on a.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna.
You're
You're gonna stay in
trying to go
the
for
nice.
fun.
Happy,
Yeah,
happy.
yeah.
Not see.
Take me to the trenches, bro.
I'll send someone
Like
to take
make
you.
meal. You said you'll send.
I'll send someone to take you.
No, but
I'm
my
joking,
point is
I'm
this,
joking,
yeah.
yeah.
Because I think what I really struggle with is obviously my kids are not fully Ugandan, right? So I struggle with the fact that I could be working this hard
Yeah.
to buy all this land, build all this these properties, and then they just come and sell it. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like you, they just say anyone can have it.
There's a
We
possibility.
don't want it.
There's a
No,
possibility.
not like me. Oh, that's what's
Oh, sorry, like you,
Anyone can have it.
you don't want it.
Trust me, the things that I think.
But I don't
is
think you
not-
can think like that.
No. But the things that I don't trust me, I have conversations with my dad. The things that I don't really think is worth it for me, then I'll be like, that can go.
That's what
But the ones that make sense, Do you
But
understand?
I want Sakali to land this point.
Yeah, so my question is, do you think it is actually because the sacrifices I'm making to buy this land and build on it, I can actually use that money and buy property here.
Yeah.
I could buy numerous properties here. Do you think I'm going down the wrong road? Should I focus on here? Or should I, because the reasons you outlined are the reasons why I'm doing it, by buying these properties in Uganda and passing them down to the children, it's going to give them a reason to visit, going to give them a purpose, and also something that they can pass on to their children. Which one do you, obviously I know there's probably no wrong or right, but which one would you lean towards?
Remember, I think for me, it just goes more back towards, it is our responsibility. And that's what I'm saying. If you are going to start going down that road, and that's one thing about you that I'm very, very proud of in terms of how you carry your country. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The love you have for that country, Uganda. So it's like, and I feel like if you pass that same love down to them, you can't do no wrong. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Because it's about, like I said, taking them regularly and then showing them the beauty of that country. Let them connect. Like what I told you, bro, my kids, like, we've been to so many different countries, bro. Dubai, Portugal, bro, they've been traveling since they were like one. Like, I'm that's one thing that I work so hard, but it's one thing that I spend a lot of money on. Like, I don't even think about it because what am I doing it for? So the one place and that's when we went to Zimbabwe for the first time for the grandma's memorial. And it's like, the one place, I remember I was driving them to school one morning. I was like, yo, what's the one place, like, what's your favorite holiday destination? And it was being on the farm in Zimbabwe, bro. And they could not wait to go. Like, bro, all these luxurious places, I promise you, I've taken these girls, they did not care about that. It's about something about there definitely connected with them. So it's like, it's about you showing them that. And then I don't see you going wrong. And then that's why I feel like, we feel the way we feel because it's like, we've never seen that side of our country growing up. Like, do you understand what I'm talking about? Time wasn't taken out to show us that, and it's understandable because our parents was going through different things at that time. And I feel like those changes, so that's why I'm saying, like, you can't think like, oh, they're gonna do this and squander that and squander that. If you show them the beauty of it, I don't see them doing that. I don't see that happening, personally.
Fair enough. Do you have any advice to give?
What say you to that?
Bro, I think that's a fair point, but I've said what I've said in it. You understand? Like you're saying, a lot of the man them are now in relationships with people that are from different countries to them. So it's about, naturally they're gonna gravitate to one.
Yeah.
One of them is always, because your kids can grow up now and decide they don't even want to mess with Uganda. They go where they think the love is. And I just feel like, for me, maybe I have a different pressure because obviously my pops is still there. But I reckon if my pops was in the UK now, living here with me, and I'm with my missus, like, the conversation is always different. But because obviously
he's still there.
But you know what I want to say to you? Just my advice to you though, Uzi, is that because I definitely am going to do that, factos. And that's like, I'm going to give Nigeria a second chance. And that's my advice to you. Like, genuinely, because to me, it just sounds like you've written it off, right? And it's like the fact that you're using it as the only excuse. Like me, like, bro, my only connection to that place was my grandma. And you lot know she passed earlier last year. So I kind of don't have no reason like that to go there. But I want to give it a chance. Again, because my experience growing up, now I'm older now. I can make decisions and do things for myself. So guess what? I want to go back regularly to see and try to find the beauty. Because, bro, at the end of the day, you said what you said, there are people living and surviving there. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So
what I'm saying to you earlier,
that's just what I'm saying.
That to you.
And I think you should give it a chance.
Yeah, and I don't feel like I've written Nigeria off, right? 100%. I don't feel like I've written them off, yeah? I just feel like my mindset now is, I'm not trying to subscribe to what my pops is trying to show me. That's not what I need to subscribe.
Yeah, and that's fine.
You understand? Okay. As we are now, based on this platform we've built, you know what I'm saying? You know who I was with on Saturday. These are man them that go Nigeria regularly. We've met Osasi's manager. There's people that I'm also building my own network of people that I can go and connect with.
That's fine.
But where my issue is like all these, when your pops is like, yo, come here and do this and that, bro, just leave me. That's not what I'm on.
Fair
you know
enough.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
Because
don't have
I
to be on
don't,
that.
you know what I'm saying? And I get it, because obviously parents are gonna always feel like they know what's right. But I'm like, God, like
You're not
these
on
things
going
that
to
you
the
think
village.
you're doing is like, it's not really working like you think it's
Nah.
working. Maybe for you, because you live there, you feel like, okay, cool, I've got properties, I'm renting out and da. But when man's combining what maybe you might be getting in a year, that's what we're paying here in a month. So that's not a good, like, that's fine. If you want to have these things, cool, let's have it.
So you're
but
saying
don't-
you're gonna find your own way, basically.
Yes,
and that's
basically,
cool,
because
yeah.
the ways
But-
that I think is not, it doesn't
But
really
okay,
make sense for me.
if your dad leaves you these properties, you're gonna sell them, or you're just
No, I'm not gonna sell them.
Are you gonna keep them?
It's not for me to
I
make
know-
that decision
with-
because they don't belong to me.
It is, but you're the oldest.
because you're the oldest.
No, but
You're
it
the
don't,
oldest
it don't.
son.
Yeah, I know. That's
okay,
what it's
okay.
meant
Are you
to
just
be.
gonna give it to your siblings?
No,
You don't
not
want-
keep, but we'll have a discussion as to what's gonna happen with it. It's not something that I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna sell it. No, I'm not. It's not mine to sell.
No, but I think he's talking more so like, what would you guys do? Like, just
I'm not
think
saying-
about what
but
would
I
you,
guess as
because
it is
only
right-
based
Because
on
it
what you
sounds
said
like now-
earlier, just said
Yeah,
anybody can
sounds
have
like
it.
now
Now
you're
you
No,
know,
not
no,
that's
because
what I'm saying.
okay, bro. Two things now. Like I said, yeah, we have my village.
Yes, I know that. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
My village is, so I'm from a state called Imo State. We have my village and you have what you call the city.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have a project in the city
Okay.
of my area.
Imo State.
Yes, that makes sense for me.
Okay.
That's why I was the one, me and my brother said to my dad to make that move. Because we was, when we went to the village. We
So
wasn't
you're doing
staying-
that then?
Yeah, because that makes sense for me.
Which one don't
Bro,
make sense?
The one
front
that makes sense is my,
Before you say you don't want to do
no,
business, so
no,
you're doing
no,
that.
no, it's not business. It's because that area in that village is popping.
It makes sense.
I will happily go and live there because I got people from here in that
Even
area.
there, yeah.
Nobody don't
In
know
Imo
me
State.
there. Yes,
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
don't know. It's
Okay,
like living
okay.
in London, but you're from Birmingham.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
get
Nobody
that.
don't know me there. Level playing ground.
Dope,
I don't
that's
have
fine.
to
Dope, yeah, that's
worry
good.
about
Which one is it that you don't want?
the one
the
where
village?
In the
this is
village.
the soil of my dad.
I get it, and he owns property there.
I mean, he's the oldest child, obviously,
Okay.
so he's
Okay.
Passed down to him.
So
Yeah,
when
but-
that one comes, you're gonna say no.
That
I
there is
don't
not
want-
really nothing. Like, bro, come on, this is a yard.
That one will be hard to
This is a
play.
yard. Yeah, and
Many
this is a yard that, bro,
relatives
so
and
Khalid, this-
they would-
This is a yard that my granddad built, bro. It's not the kind of level of what we will.
I get it,
accustomed
but
to.
before,
No, not the level, not the- you're thinking about the level, not about that.
Whatever,
You think about just even
in
what
my
it- yeah,
head,
yeah,
bro. If my granddad grew up in, because I've got a house similar to that in the village where they were all born and da. And if someone told me you're taking that, bro, I would do it up for the sake of legacy.
Yeah,
Does that
legacy,
mean-
yeah.
Does that mean anything to you?
I mean, my uncle started, but his one still never completed to this day. The eyes that are around there is just not.
So it's that
It's
mad
just too
that-
much.
So what? The fact that you're doing it up for them, like you're
No.
saying, I don't want this. I just want to do it up for you guys.
But why would I? I'm barely
But
trying to
no,
sort myself out.
no.
Why would I go do it up for them? For who?
You're thinking about right now. I think let's say once
you're
you're
gonna make
up on
it,
the, once
yeah.
you're up,
You're
bro.
up
Once
now.
you're up now, and you're like, yo, you know what? For legacy's sake, like this is where
Yeah.
the lineage grew
Goes
up
through,
from.
yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna maintain this place because guess what? One day I might bring my kids here to show them. Look, this is where the Uzoma's thingy.
Yeah,
This is
the
the,
line.
lineage. Like rather than
You know-
just let the
you
place
know what it is?
perish.
You know what it is, bro? At the end of the day, I still gotta go there because
Okay.
that's where my mom is buried.
Buried, yeah,
My dad is-
exactly.
But in terms of touching anything to do with it, like, oh, let me knock it off with nah.
Yeah, no,
I just go there, maybe pattern up my mom's grave, my dad's grave, go show my kids that, and I'm out of there.
You don't think it makes it easier for you to go there if you do something like that for them?
No, there's too much going on there that I don't think like I've been equipped enough to handle.
Okay, quick question, because I know we need
Do you
to
get
wrap
what I'm
up.
saying? I'm not
Okay.
equipped enough to
So you
handle.
mentioned-
And this is what I'm saying to you. These damages has been done over years.
Yeah.
That you can't just wake up and
And
rewrite
undo.
it, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you.
From age of 1 to 12, when I left here, I went to my village twice. When I was 2 years old and when I was 96. From then till this day, the last time I was there was my mom. And this is what I was saying to you. There are people here that I know every Christmas they're in their village. That's how you keep that connection. You start to mingle with, that's what
I'm
your
with
dad
you, yeah,
brought.
yeah.
You
No, I
know?
get it, I
Oh,
get
this
it.
one is my age group. You start to mingle, you start to this and that. That ship has sailed, bro.
Okay, so
Do you know what
final
I'm saying?
question.
So the bare minimum I can do is make sure that I can go there, see my mom's grave, but I don't need to do see it and
You're
I'm
there.
done.
I hear.
Okay,
Do you
last
understand?
question. Obviously, you said your mum's buried there. God forbid, but the time comes your dad will be buried there. Are you gonna be buried there?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know for now.
You gonna bury in the UK?
I don't know for now.
The reason why I asked
I could maybe I wouldn't mind getting buried in the city part of my village.
Yo, the way you you're doing the house up.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that part. I
it
wouldn't
won't
mind
be
be
in the
buried
public.
there because everything changes, innit? That's my dad, and this is them. My kids might bury me here. Everything you don't see. You think a lot of people that are actually living where they're living now. Some of them have migrated from different places. You know.
No, I understand that.
So that's
the only reason why
what
I asked is because for me, the house that we've got that I was talking to you about, the equivalent in my village that I would love to be given, that's where everyone gets buried. So the one reason I'd want to do it up is that when we go there to bury, like you have something decent, you know, something that looks.
So that's where everyone. Oh wow, yeah.
You know, it has a nice toilet. That's what would be important to me.
Yeah.
Whereas you're looking at it as, nah, bro, I'm just going there to see the grave and I'm dipping.
No,
And
and
that's what I was
100%.
asking.
Because I feel like there have been times like when my dad's dad died, they refurbished the yard.
Okay.
So those kind of things you can do is minor. Just
Which is what I'm trying to say.
that's
So
what I
would
was
you
getting
not
at.
want to refurbish
not
the
in
yard?
like normally what a lot of people do is like they will have another like and build something else that's up to their like a whole
No,
new.
just make it
of course,
look nice.
refurbishing is a minor
Refurbish it,
stuff,
yeah.
innit? That's not really
Put a
what
toilet
your
there, you know, do something nice.
those are minor stuff.
And I feel like
innit?
with that, they'd appreciate you more. It starts to undo certain damage. Where it's like, it's not like this guy just come here, only goes to their mum's thing, do that up, and he just leaves. Like doing something like that, wow, it becomes
let me
it
tell you
becomes easier for you to
I'll
go
be
there.
real with you.
Because it's somewhere you're gonna be going.
No.
You already said your mum's buried, so you're gonna be going.
No,
there.
100%.
And
But
you're
I
taking
feel
the
like
kids
I feel like yeah, and I'll be real with you, yeah. The people that I see, because remember you watch people and you see, oh, like these lot are always going to the village all the time. I feel like what if I could go back in time, right? And if I could go back in time and God said to me, pick anything you want to do in this life, yeah? Right? What I would have done is, you see my mom's family and my dad's family, I would have pushed them all away, like from Africa, like put them all abroad. You see, when all your family members, like immediate, everybody is like, so like that's what I was saying to you. I was happy when like my whole generation of my family, we are the first people to go abroad. So all the success of the benefit that our generation are going to reap from maybe benefiting from being born here, having this,
Comes
we've
from
had
you
to
lot.
fight for that. Do you understand? So it's now going to be that onwards. My cousin lives in South London. My cousin lives in Dagenham.
I don't know. To me, that just sounds off to me, bro.
How is it
But
off?
I see what he's.
I get his point.
It's
I
off
get his point. It sounds off to me because I'm just like, to be like, it's a success like coming here. It just sounds off.
I see his
it's not
point
so,
as well.
But what I'm saying
Sounds
to
off.
you,
No,
gotta remember,
bro,
but what I'm saying
you don't have to
'cause I
argue.
know
You're
the man them,
you're right.
A lot
Like-
of your okay, put it this way: what you man are enjoying now, your mom has had to. Your parents have fought for that.
I get that.
That's
I
the
get
role
you.
that I'm playing.
But I
now.
would love,
understand.
I would love that success was in Nigeria.
That's what he's saying.
No,
He's
that's my
saying
point.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame
that
that
it has to be here.
You don't have to argue. That's what I'm saying.
So that's fine, yeah. But I feel like the reason why I used here as an
No,
example,
you're
I get
right.
your
You're
point.
right.
because
You're
I'm
right.
in the UK. So let's just say in Nigeria, because what I realized, the people that are always able, like nobody don't think like, oh, he's doing better than me, is because everybody all
The
have
same.
equal
I get
opportunity.
it.
But imagine what man's having to fight against.
I get it. Because right now in your
Do you understand?
family, you're the
Do
only
you-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
get
just
it.
was happy the other day. Remember when my cousin came?
Yeah.
She's now gone to Canada.
Yeah.
That's another person I've gone. If you can again, okay, maybe you can try stretch. It just decreases the
pressure.
The pressure. You know what I'm saying to you? The same way, like, bro, you lot, like, there's always something that might happen in your life and you just feel, oh, like, I wish I had this opportunity. It's always going to be there.
No, but I
You
get
know what I'm
it,
saying?
bro.
So
because
that's
money,
what
especially money, I just talk money because it's the easiest thing to understand. It's only sweet when everybody around you.
Everybody
Yes,
around,
yes.
So when you're the only one that's rich,
Exactly.
it's stressful.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
do you
get
know,
it.
do you know how conversations that I have with my dad is like, oh, this person was meant to pay rent in Feb. It's almost a year they've not paid you. And I look at him, why would they pay you? If you were me in the struggles of Africa, why would I pay you? His kids are abroad anyways.
So they're thinking the kids can pattern it.
To them, that's what they think.
that's
He's like, do you know what I'm saying? You're not, his kids are abroad. So there's just bare things that I just feel like being here, single-handedly puts you at a
It's hard.
disadvantage.
Yeah, man, 100%.
And that's the sad part.
Heavy
innit?
is
So
the head
maybe
that wears
that's
the
what
crown.
you're saying. I don't care where in the world it was, but let everybody be dealt the same success. Because
But
if it is-
unfortunately,
Do you
like my
understand?
grandma always say, you see your fingers, they're not equal.
Do you know what I'm saying?
This
You
is
have
what it
people.
is.
You have people that. You have
That's a
people
good
that.
saying.
You have people that. Okay, cool. I was talking to one guy I met. Yeah, you know,
very
when you go to
simple
these
and
offices,
effective.
You meet people and it's like, yeah, you know, my mom just was ill. I just called my brother. You know, my brother brought this. We put it together. That's it. But when you're the only one doing well, everyone's looking at you like
Bro,
it's
it's
headache,
just
bro.
a nutshell. Like our family, like unfortunately, I don't know what demons and stuff they've had to battle, but a lot of damage has been done from their generation passed on to us. That's just what I'd
But
say.
we are breaking.
We're gonna break that. And that should be the goal.
And also, I need
The
you
mindset.
to understand, because your story, I'm pretty sure it resonates with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes God chooses certain people,
You,
right, to carry others.
yeah.
And fortunately or unfortunately, whatever way you want to look at it, you're the chosen one. So what you need to do,
chosen one.
you are allowed to have your moments where you're venting, you're a bit
Simba.
like, but mostly you need to lift up your head, my bro, and realize this is your cross.
Mufasa.
You have been sent to carry your family to change the trajectory of the success, right?
You are the chosen one.
So instead of before your family was going to be like this, now because of you they're going to be like this.
But the problem is that I don't think Uzi is ready for that sacrifice, bro.
He's ready.
Because what's that thing that you always say? Your reward is in heaven.
And by the way, the one that wears the crown never gets rewarded here.
That's facts, bro.
Never.
Who's wearing the crown?
You.
No, my sister is wearing a very heavy crown. Bro. I
You're
give that crown
you're
to my
letting your sister carry
My
that.
sister is wearing a heavy crown.
That's yeah,
Stop
big
it.
shame
Shame
on
on
you.
you.
Yeah.
Your
Agbaya.
sister has her own cross to carry. This one
Yeah,
is
yeah,
your
yeah.
specific assignment.
He's running away from it, bro.
Don't run.
He's
because let me tell you
running.
something. I'm also carrying a heavy crown.
Heavy.
So heavy. That's why I have braids. To just numb it a little bit.
To
so
cushion
that,
it.
Yeah, to
But
cushion
look at
it
the
up.
headache you are taking every day. Every day I say popping tablet, painkiller.
Wait,
Eh?
let me not get started. But guys, we have to wrap
I
up.
just think I always wanted
No,
a
we need
brother.
to, bro. Oh,
I
my-
always
well,
wanted
we've
a
podded
brother.
today, bro.
We've really podded.
You'll have to do 4 releases on this one.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Man, bro, keep us to the
Yo.
time, bro.
You were the one that was talking
Hey,
about.
production.
The guy was telling story after story after story, bro.
No, but one thing I want to say, Mandem, thank you for being open, man. That was a really good conversation, man. Honestly, I learned a lot about you.
Why? So why?
Still holding on.
I was still
So
holding on.
after I just poured my whole heart to you.
Fake news. What heart was
He
that?
poured his heart to you.
What heart was that?
He wanted to make sure you understood.
Fake news.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, if you've related to this episode, please make sure you comment. Want to hear your stories. If you've got this far and you haven't subscribed, even though you saw the call to action, shame on you. Please subscribe, share.
I want to hear more positive things
Yeah.
about
Africa.
to change our brother Uzi.
Not to- no, I spoke positivity, bro. I
To
just
bring
gave
him
the-
back
Guys,
home.
I need
I am
everyone.
going back home.
Everyone hashtag bring Uzi
back,
home.
yeah.
I am
Bring
going
Uzi
back
back
home,
home.
bro.
Bring
Don't
Uzi
try
back
to make
home.
it look like
And then
I've
what? Jim
escaped.
Shark.
No, shout out Jim Shark.
I'm going to
for
leave
dressing us.
Alabeke. That's what they call Alabeke.
If you guys want to look like us, fresh to death, go on Jim Shark. We'll put a
Run
link
over
in the
there
bio
right
to
now.
These clothes. You know, if you want to look fresh to death like us, go to shout out Jim
Come
Shark
on.
for dressing us today. But until next time, guys, peace.
Peace.
Thanks for listening to the In My Opinion podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, peace.